All right, good evening. So I'm in, I'm in a mindset right now, right? I had just finished watching the series Merlin. Um, and this came back to me. All right, so if you watch Merlin, you get this medieval mindset stuck in your head, I guess, because this reminds me of so many of the themes. I guess that's what I'm trying to pull out the themes of how King Uther treated witches and stuff like that in this series, soothsayers and stuff. And in the back of my mind, I keep remembering that Jordan Maxwell says something. He said David was a druid, but he never teaches you how to prove it. So I'm watching this show, and King Uther's going against the druids. He's going against the soothsayer. He's going against everybody. And I'm just reading this, it put me in this mindset. And just hear this, right? Then Saul said to his servant, seek me a woman that has the spirit of Python, that I may go to her and inquire of her. And his servant said to him, behold, there is a woman who has the spirit of Python at Endor. Right? And this is the plot in a lot of those stories. There's turmoil coming. So I'm going to go to the very same people I was not supposed to go to. I've sworn they're my enemies, and I'm looking for their help. And in Endor, right? Doesn't that remind you of like some medieval, you know, place? You know, it just it just had me going, right. Like Lord of the Rings and all that stuff, right? So, and Saul disguised himself and put on other garments and went, and two men with him, and they came to the woman by night. And he said, I pray thee, divine to me by the spirit of Python, and bring me him up whom I shall name to thee. And you see right there, there's that whole, disguising by night, seeking, the witch in the middle of the woods, or her tavern or whatever, right? And let's see, where do we drop? Oh, where do we stop? And the woman said to him, behold, thou knowest what Saul has done, how he has cut off the necromancers, which is Levitical law, and the soothsayers out of the land. That was King Uther's whole plot. Get rid of them all, chase them to the far parts of the world. And if you have to go into other kings' territories to kill them, he hated them so much, right? Even though he used the soothsayers, the necromancers, to create his child, Arthur, right? Who's supposed to be resurrected from the dead in the days and the end days, right? Because he's the only just king in the world. Let's see. And out of the land, and why liest thou a snare for my life, to cause me to die? And Saul swore unto her by Jehovah, saying, as Jehovah liveth, there shall no punishment happen to thee for this thing. Now you got to think about it. Some dude's coming in and telling you no punishment's coming to you. What authority do you have to act on? That should have been a red flag right there, right? If you really feared the king for what he was doing. Then said the woman, whom shall I bring up to thee? And he said, bring me up Samuel. Remember, we've seen that if you translate with Samuel, I forget what language, but he's going to come back to Hebrew for Sambo, right? And remember, in the those Buddha videos, they said Sambo was the name of their black god. All right, because the verse 13, you're going to see why I'm chuckling at that. And when the woman saw Samuel, she cried out with a loud voice, and the woman spoke to Saul, saying, Why hast thou deceived me? Even thou art Saul? And the king said unto her, Do not be not afraid, but what dost thou see? And the woman said to Saul, I saw a god ascending out of the earth. Remember the whole Sambo being the name of the god in the Buddhism much. I mean, I don't think the Buddhist was a god. I think it was a man. And he said to her, What is the form? And she said, An old man comes up, and he is covered with a, hold on, bear with me, he's covered with a mantle. And Saul knew that it was Samuel, and he stood with his face to the ground and bowed himself. Another thing, just a side note, I thought it was interesting, right? Merlin is an American falcon. So why would they name a wizard over in that part of the world the name of a falcon over here? It reminds me of those caves in Kentucky where they found the old Shemitic, they said it was old Shemitic, old Ethiopian writing on the walls over there. And they were also trying to claim that those writings were Celtic. And I've seen there was a few brothers that have videos showing that the Celts, the original ones, would have been of the Negro stock, which took me back to Arthur when he pointed out that Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, is the father of the Druids and the father of that upward-facing 5-pointed star.